Good morning, Mr. Kern's class. We're looking at Unit 7, Lesson 2 here. Take your time, guys. I'm seeing some great work back from you. This unit is all about measurement so far. The first lesson talked about the standard units of measure, which are what we use here in America. We talked about for measuring length. Here in America, we use the standard length of inches, feet, yards, and miles, which we've talked about. And the metric system is used pretty much everywhere else in the world. And for length, that's where they're using the millimeter, meter, and kilometer. But now we're talking about measuring volume. And we can measure length, volume, and the mass of something, which is how much something weighs, right? But we're still talking about volume here, and we're into metric now. So milliliters and liters. Now we have to try and use what we know about milliliters and liters. Look at your vocabulary cards. And we know that a milliliter, guys, is really tiny. A milliliter is like a drop of water or any liquid. A liter then is much more than that. A liter is 1,000 milliliters. Just like a kilometer is 1,000 meters. The metric system goes by hundreds, which is actually, a lot of people think, more simple than the way we do it. So let's take a look at these first ones here. We need to choose the unit you would use to measure the liquid volume for each of these. So these might be a little easier with metric because one is so tiny, the milliliter is so tiny, and the liter is so large. So anything small, we would use a milliliter to measure it. And anything remotely large at all, we would use a liter. So like the kitchen sink, that holds quite a bit of liquid, right? So if it's a lot of liquid, we would probably use a liter for that one. Or maybe let's take a look at a soup spoon. That's pretty small, so we would probably use a milliliter for that one. Let's keep going. Now we estimate. You guys know we do all kinds of estimating in math. Circle the better estimate. A juice container, would that be 1 liter or 1 milliliter? Now, if you guys drink 1 milliliter of juice, you'd be very disappointed. So it's definitely gonna be that liter one there. All right, let's keep going. I think you guys got these ones. Let's go to one of the harder ones here for this lesson. All right, this is the one I was looking at earlier, guys. Make sense of problems involving liquid volume. The deli sold 24, let's read the directions first. Use the drawing to represent and solve the problem. Okay. The deli sold 24 liters of juice in 3 days. The same amount was sold each day. How many liters of juice did the deli sell each day? I always like to draw pictures when I'm doing math, everyone. And I've been trying to get you guys to draw as many pictures as you can. I forgot to hold my phone sideways on this one. But let's try and draw a picture for this. So there was 3 days. Now, I always just draw circles to represent things. These are my days. 3 days. The total was 24. Now I have to split up these 24 between 3 days. And we know that splitting up is dividing. How can we do this? We can think what times 3? What times 3 is 24. And then when you have a missing factor, remember, numbers we multiply together are factors. The answer is the product. If we have a missing factor, we have to divide to find it. Just like in division, if we're missing something, we multiply to find it. Just like if we're adding and we're missing something, we subtract to find it. And just like if we're subtracting and we're missing something, we add to find it. We do the opposite. So let's divide here, 24 divided by 3. we could just start passing them out using dots. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. A lot of kids like to divide this way. And you can see each one has 8. You can divide by passing things out. Like when you bring cupcakes for your birthday, you might divide them up by just passing them out. That'd be a good example there. But let's try the division 2. 24 divided by 3. You guys know, if you already know your facts, you know 3 times 8 is 24. Or we just count by the smaller number until we get the bigger number. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And how many 3s did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took 8 3s. So my answer here, I think, I'm almost positive, would be 8 liters. So that's one of the tougher ones from lesson 2, guys. Please email me with any questions and take your time. And hopefully things are going good with measurement for you. It's kind of a fun unit. It allows you to do some exploring, guys. Try and find some of these containers in your house. Fill them up with liquid. And if you can, maybe even go outside and so you don't make a mess inside if it's nice out. And try to see how many milliliters or how many liters can go into other measurements. Maybe play around with some standard units like the gallons, the ounces, the cups and the pints and the quarts. Because remember, those are the standard units that we use here in America. We don't really buy liters of milk, we buy gallons of milk. But it's important that we know not only the standard units of measurement, guys, but also the metric units, because it's used all over the world. But that's it for now here, guys. Hopefully it's going great, and I will add another video later.